What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys, with another God I'm early. Woo! We are back at it like a motherfucking crack addict. Apparently now on YouTube, you can curse in the first 7 seconds of a video. So I can say back at it like a motherfucking crack addict. Just like I used to say, and this video should still be monetized. With that said, though, I don't want to overdo it. We got today, guys, the upcoming Jordan 12 French Blue. Alright guys, so we just picked up some brand new pickups from Represent Clothing, and this is their initial drop 2. Now, huge fan of Represent, probably my second favorite brand behind my own brand, right? So I gotta be biased, but they make great quality clothing, very comfortable, priced nice for what you get, and probably one of the best type of fits, the way it sits and the way it just fits on your body alongside with the quality that's out there right now. First things first, though, we have the initial boxy hoodie. This is in a medium in the vintage red colorway. Now, we did get some hoodies and stuff. We are going to be heading into fall very, very soon. I know it's a little bit of time for some of y'all, but for me, I can still rock this when weather appropriate. But check it out. It has a really nice, like, kind of overall, like, wash look to it. It's calling it the vintage red, of course, because of that fade, but it is also boxy, and it's more so of an essential, like, piece. So you just want something that's more essential with no type of branding, definitely a good way to go. You have the little Represent right here, though, in metal that is featured on the pocket, and you got the kangaroo pouch style to go along with it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had no kangaroo pouch hoodies in a minute. A lot of hoodies nowadays are the slits that you put underneath, but this is just a very nice initial base box hoodie, and it's very nice with the drop shoulder as well as even on the sleeves. Very, very, very boxy, and it has that short crop going along with it. Then to add in another type of hoodie that I haven't had, I don't know how long it's been, but that is the initial boxy zip through hoodie, and this is in green. I haven't had a zip through hoodie in a minute, and I feel like zip through hoodies are kind of coming back a little slightly, and that's one reason why I wanted to pick it up, to kind of get back on the trend of things. And this is the same type of style, though, as far as the color and how it looks. However, you are getting the zip through on here, and that zipper is tucked in with the seam going down the middle, and it is a metal zipper, but it's a very small, fine metal zipper, so you ain't got to worry about it getting caught up into anything. But you have very, very nice on this, and it's like a washed green, kind of, I would say very close. If not, you can say this is like an olive style of green, and you have the hoodie alongside, of course, with the hood, and very, very nice and hefty. Now, both of these are in a size medium. That is my typical size. I love it. It's very nice and boxy, so it's not going to be like a tube on you. It's going to be wide, so you're going to have a nice this flow of floatingness going on, and very, very nice to where you're not going to be sweating, and it feels good on the body. And I'm a huge sweater, like not sweater, but a person that will sweat if clothing does not sit appropriately on me. When it comes to Represent, that's never the case. Also, guys, you see this tag? It says on the tag, returns will only be accepted if this remains attached. Thank you. So this is something very important to keep in mind. But with that said, you can try on basically, and if you have an issue with the sizing, you can always return it. Just make sure you do not remove this right here. So yeah, guys, check out the links down below in the description, and make sure you guys hop on these initial drops live right now over on Represent Clothing, and huge shout out to them for always supplying me with the best when it comes to clothing. Guys, we are giving away a pair of Jordan 4 Rare Airs to all of our customers who cop something from Sample Industries from this day until the end of the week on Sunday. Saturday, we're dropping the brand new Sun and Moon Tee. The Moon Tee is what I got on right now. So anybody that cops anything from today till Sunday, August 3rd, will be entered in to win a free pair of Jordan 4 Rare Airs. So yeah, guys, we got in 2 of these shoes that, I'm not gonna lie, it makes no sense, but I get it at the same time, so I wanted to show it to y'all. And that is the Jordan 4 Viotech Panda. Now we have the Biotech Panda, which is in that Biotech colorway, and these are supposed to be releasing on August 1st. And as you can see, it's in this little artsy type of overall look. I actually think that the colorway and the material and all that's fine. You also have the Panda featured here. And I think, like I stated before, the colorway, this shoe in general is fine, but just going off of the Panda name is what I guess, it just seems a little outdated, right? So you take this out and the whole entire box itself is like a cutout or a pop out that you can actually tear out here and design. It's like an origami, I guess, panda in a box, and I'll show you guys the inside. But basically this box can be deconstructed. Well, I think that is pretty cool and pretty different, and it's folded into like an envelope or like a box that you can store different items in. I guess they got pencils, you got somebody put a plant in there, and then someone put like a little panda head poking out as well. So something different, something cool. Obviously though, this all dates back though to the 40th year anniversary of the Nike Dunk itself, releasing back in 1985. So they also dropped alongside with this, the Jordan 4 Panda 40th year anniversary. Now I say alongside with this, but these are actually releasing sometime in August. There's no set release date for this one. This one so far has been rumored for August 1st. And what you got here is the same exact thing. You have that same thing, but you do have a more, I would say, familiar colorway, that being of a Panda Dunk Low, but featured with what I would call a patent leather type of look and feel. But it also features this kind of iridescent, or I don't know, it has like a weird type of color shine to it. I would say it's just probably patent leather to sum things up, but it does reflect the lighting very weird. And maybe it's the lighting that's actually in this room that's kind of messing with my eyes a little bit. But you have a patent leather Nike Dunk Low Panda. Now to talk about the Biotech, right? 125, August 1st. You have a shaggy fur going on with the shoe overall, which is a pretty nice overall suede. Even the laces itself had that shaggy overall feel and look. And even like this little bit of just dead fur hair, whatever you want to call it, going on the tongue and on the back of the heel. That's not featured on the other Panda. And even on the back of the shoe itself, you have a Panda embroidered with established in 1985 on the back here. And hopefully we can show that, or at least get some B-roll. But that's featured there. And then you have like these loose threadings going on the back of the tongue and the back of the heel. Then you have a Panda hang tag that's also featured with the suede. The front portion is the face, the back portion, of course, with the Nike logo. So overall, it's something different. It's something dope. I like the colorway a lot. It reminds me of like of Barney, if I'm being 100% honest. And it's cool, you know, but it'll more than likely be probably a pass for me. You also have the extra set of laces on this one, which is purple, so keep that in mind as well. But everything else is pretty much the same. There's no like switcheroo for each shoe. But I do like the colorway. I do like it. I would rock it. I just am good right now. It would go perfect with this fit right here. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be super matchy, but it looked good, you know, it looked good. Then you have back to this 40th year anniversary, as I stated before, white and black. August is the release date, 125. Men's sizing, glossy black overlays with a classic Panda color blocking featured on here. And then on this one, on the back portion, you have a actually debossed Panda featured on the back of the tongue rather than embroidered. So you have a debossed Panda featured there. So obviously they're paying a tribute to the Panda, and I get it and I respect it, but you know, it's something that will be a pass for me. These might do well, who knows, but that's to each its own. Now the hang tag for this one is a thicker, more so patent leather hang tag with the same type of embroidery with the Nike on the back of the Panda. But overall, it's solid, it's clean, it looks nice. You know, they're both very nice shoes, but I'm just over the Panda thing at this point. And I feel like Nike, maybe they dropping it as a tribute piece, and I get it, so I'm with it. But I know a lot of people out there are gonna be kind of over it. But this is definitely something dope to rock with pretty much anything. It's white and black. So if you like it, I love it, and we'll see how they do to the general public overall. You know, 125 is not bad when you are dealing with $200 shoes like this one, the Jordan 12 French Blue. Jordan 12 French Blue, man, originally released back in 2004. On the box, it has white/French Blue Air Jordan 12 Retro. Bam! The release date on this guy is August 16th. Retail is $200 so far. That's what it's saying. Full family size run, but like I stated before, a lot of these shoes are starting to be $210, $215 now out the rip. So hold me to it. Take it with a grain of salt as far as the price point for right now. We'll do a follow-up in-depth review. Matter of fact, let me just double check right now because it changes every day. So, of course, it's not on sneakers. The Steel 10s are going for $215. Keep that in mind. Sneaker Bar Detroit says $200. House of Heat says $210. Sneaker News says $200. So the price points are kind of all over the place. Take it from whoever you want to. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes at $210 because of the fact of what the steel grays are going for, but we'll just have to wait and see. But of course, you have that nice upper material, that tumbled leather feature there with the rattlesnake nutsack material on the mud guard in that French blue that we all love. And then you have, of course, the more matte than metallic but silver type of accents going on the upper laces, which of course are now plastic, keep in mind. You got the varsity red on the back of the heel, as well as on the 2-3 on the little toe portion, but you have that white Jordan feature there. Of course, this is a big time shoe for me and a favorite of mine. One, because I actually love the colorway itself, but also because Kobe Bryant wore this shoe during the great free agency sneaker debacle. When Kobe went from Adidas to Nike, in between that time, Kobe was kind of just wearing whatever he wanted and famously wore shoes like this one. He wore the Reebok Questions at one point. I think he also wore his Jordan 3 PEs that was, I think he wore during that time, and I could be wrong, but the Jordan 3 PEs, the Jordan 8 PEs, a lot of the PEs that we saw were during that time. And I went to go look and see and confirm for the most part, a lot of the time when he was wearing these Jordans was during his free agency period and getting a lot of these PEs. This one in particular being another. But this was a shoe, I believe, that dropped, but was famously worn by him during that old school OG Lakers uniform. And since then, man, I've always kind of just loved this sneaker. I actually owned the previous pair that released, I want to say back in 2015, and I sold it because I knew these were coming. So I hopped on it, I saw they were coming, I sold them ASAP and got a good price. Got my money back a little bit, probably a little less, but I got enough wears out of it. And these are, for the most part, spot on to that recent pair that released back then, so I'm not mad whatsoever. You also have that red on the carbon fiber, so keep that in mind as well. And for the most part, man, I think they really do a good job getting them looking like the OGs. First looks, though, of them overall, very solid. I like the way the cushioning looks. I like the way even how the tongue looks on these, because sometimes, man, when it comes to these 12s, the tongues can be hit or miss. They can be lopsided, but if you look, they just line up very, very nice and straight and forward. You got little widow's peaks featured on a little bit of the actual tongue on that lower part itself. That's just how it is sometimes, and sometimes it isn't, but for the most part, everything is nice when it comes to the craftsmanship. Inside, you have the French blue with that red Jumpman feature there as well. And the box, of course, comes in that OG Nike box right there. I'm gonna keep looking here. You have the Jordan logo on the inside of these though, but you got the Nike OG box featured on this bad boy, and like it a lot. Currently in the market right now, these are going for slightly above retail. That's kind of normal for the fact that it releases like in a month. So right now they're being sold at the lowest last sale was $276 of recent, and I expect it to kind of maintain there. I honestly think these will do well overall. Like, I just don't think that these are going to actually just be flop, but don't take what I say with a grain of salt, and don't dictate whether you buy a shoe or not based upon whether it sells or sits. Like, when I say a shoe is going to sell out, that means just keep your eye on it. If it doesn't sell out, okay, why you mad for? When you're mad, it makes me feel like you heard me say the shoe was going to sell out instantly, so you ran and grabbed it because you just wanted to get a sellout shoe, and then it doesn't sell out, and then now you're pissed because it didn't sell out. Now, you could be mad if you went and bought a shoe based upon me saying that, and then the shoe is on sale a month later and you wanted to buy it at that price point a month later. I get that. I can somewhat get that. But if you're buying it based upon, oh, I'm gonna get this shoe because it's hype and I know it's gonna turn heads, or I know I can make some money off of it, you're at the, don't ever take my advice then at that point. I'm not here to tell you to get a shoe because you can resell it. That's just not my thought process, unfortunately. There's other channels for that. But I say that to say I think these will perform very well. You saw and probably are seeing how these Steel 10s are. Like, they're limited, right? And them being limited, people are gonna be wanting them now. It just is what it is. Oh, they're limited. They seem to be very limited from what I'm hearing. Everybody wants them. Everybody that talks shit about the toe cap, they're not talking about that toe cap no more. They want them shoes. So it's all supply and demand still to this day. We think sneakers are dead, but it's still supply and demand even at this point. But with that said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions on these bad boys right here. Review on this one in particular, YouTube shorts probably on these guys right here. I'll see you on the next one. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.